Living well isn't just about things, it's about things that matter: your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're bringing more For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home. Living well isn't just about things, it's about the things that matter: your family.
Faces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's.
Living well isn't just about things, it's about things that matter: your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're bringing more providers and medical specialists to the region. We're investing in more advanced medical technologies and spending millions to upgrade.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe to Bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
All right, welcome to Thermopolis basketball as the boys Bobcat basketball team getting ready to go here in a little bit. We have the end of the Lady Lyman Eagles and the Lady Worland Warriors game going on right now, about 2:45 left in their game. It's been a really close game with Worland leading most of the way, up by 4 points right now. And so some exciting things here. We're at regional basketball, 3A regional basketball in Mountain View, home of the Buffaloes. So excited to be here. My first time here. Kevin Gerber, normally the voice of the Bobcats here as of late, and then I am joined along with Sean O'Braid as well. Appreciate you joining me for the game today, Sean, as well, as we get ready to announce the Bobcat basketball game. So a little bit of a home game for the opponents for the Bobcats, with the Lyman Eagles playing in Mountain View. It's only a 5 or 6 mile drive for them to get to Mountain View.
Super easy.
So they'll have a good homestanding crowd. I'm sure there's a lot here for the girls game as it is. So I imagine most of them will stay around for the boys game as well. So it'll be a good game to have the boys come and start off. Lyman Eagles will be the 1 seed on the south part of the bracket here, and then our boys, Bobcat boys, are number 4 in there. But really, as we've played this team twice, this will be the 3rd time the Bobcats have played the Lyman Eagles, and they're split right now. Right after the Christmas break, the Bobcats played Lyman in a Rollins tournament, and that was on January 6th, and the Bobcats won that game 48-42. A little bit of an upset in that, but the Bobcats were playing good basketball at that time, and came in, I believe they had a 19-point lead at halftime, Sean, against the Lyman Eagles, and then came out, and unfortunately they tend to have a quarter where they don't score very much. Lyman came back, outscored them in the 3rd quarter, and Bobcats only scoring 5 points in that quarter, and then not having a real great second half, to where it did end up only being a 6-point game, but the Bobcats did come out victorious in that one. And then about a month later, February 7th, they found themselves playing Lyman at home, and that one, the Lyman Eagles really showed up and played really, really well and beat the Bobcat boys 48-30 in that game. So Bobcats struggling to score in that game, and so hopefully we see the previous team show up versus the latter against the Lyman Eagles. Lyman is a good team, had great end to their regular season in winning a game against Lander and Mountain View, both of being conference games for them that gave them the lead over Lander to take that number 1 spot, playing now against us here. So the excitement that you hear is Lyman girls getting a steal, and now have officially taken the lead with just under 2 minutes left. They're up 40-39 over the Worland Warriors. So pretty exciting here, as you'll hear in the background.
This has been a great game. I came in around halftime, and I thought the score was flipped. I thought Lyman was up at halftime. Right. Lyman was actually down 8 points at halftime. Right. Lyman, a big, that's the team that you want to bet on if you could. Right. This is the team that's got all the players, and they've got a lot of experience. They've done really well against every team I've called against them, and for them to be down against Worland, and now they just now finally took the lead, 40-39, under 2 minutes to go. Yeah. This is a great game.
Well, and Sean, I think that's their first lead of the game. I think Worland kind of came out and threw the first couple punches and really haven't looked back, and have, like you said, have grown the lead. I don't know if they've ever had a double-digit lead in the game, but had an 8-point lead a couple different times. And Lyman Eagles fighting back. I know a number of their top players have been in foul trouble too, so that's been kind of the story of the game. Looks like they have an injury timeout right now with one of their main players for the Worland Warriors, so they're attending to that right now.
Yeah, that's one of the Aguayo sisters, and they really, really did well against Lander a couple weeks ago. Both Aguayo sisters can score. One is a lot better underneath the basket. The other one's outside the key, and that looks like Yahara Aguayo, I believe is her name, and she is not getting up. So Lyman might have a little bit of a good luck streak here at the end of the game. Not that anyone getting injured is good luck, but Lyman, they needed one of these Aguayo sisters to at least get to the bench, whether it was with injury or with foul, for them to really have a good chance at coming back and winning. And it looks like they may just get that with these last 2 minutes, and Yahara still not getting up.
Right. Well, and it's been kind of interesting. The scoreboard's been strange too. I know at the end of the first quarter there was some deliberation between the coaches on what the score was. They kind of changed the score 2 or 3 different times during the timeout between first and second quarter, and then ended up looked like I believe they got it right as a cheer from the crowd came as they put the score up 9-9. And so with a 40-39 lead for the Lady Lyman Eagles, looks like Aguayo also, she's not putting any weight on her left leg, so prayers for her for sure, as she's coming off with that injury, being helped off by 2 gentlemen. So
Worland's a big team. They have a lot of big bodies underneath.
Yeah, they do.
Lyman, much smaller, lankier team. Lyman likes to shoot the 3. This is going to be a great ending here. I'm glad we came to this game a little early, the Thermopolis game, because I don't think anyone expected this game to be this close.
No, I agree. I even myself, I kind of thought this one was over before it started. So fun way to watch regional basketball. That's why it's always so exciting. The steal there by the Lyman Lady Eagles, pass up, Shot is up, no good.
Boy, that was a great pass.
It really was. And Bradshaw, she's going to miss the shot. She's usually dead on from there. Minute and a half only left here in the game, so it's exciting.
Moreland got away with a travel there.
Yeah, they did. And wide open underneath, so they'll take the lead back with a minute 20 left. So pretty exciting game here, Sean, to get us warmed up too before the Bobcats come out.
Yeah, I don't think Lyman expected that travel to get away, and they all stopped running. That led to an open under the basket. Now a minute left. Wow, right. Moreland just bullying Lyman.
Yeah.
Smart. Call a timeout.
And the Warland coach had to run almost clear in front of the Lyman bench to get that timeout. He was calling and calling and calling for it. Probably once he got it, wished he hadn't, because he had two open on that end of the hoop. But looks like they're going to take a timeout. So back to the Bobcats here, Sean. Last time they played, like I said, they're scoring. It was 48-42 for the Bobcats over the top of the Lyman Eagles. And the second time they played, Lyman scoring 48 and Bobcats only scoring 30. And that's kind of been the tell of the Bobcats here as of late, is they've really struggled to get on the scoreboard. A lot of 30, 32, 33 point games, and it's been really hard for the Bobcats to get on the scoreboard. So in order for them, I personally think a really important thing for them to win this game going up against Lyman is they're going to have to hold Lyman under 40, and they're going to have to aim for scoring over 40, because that's been the hardest thing for them so far and here as of the last several weeks. And so really going to have to aim for holding their opponents under 40 this weekend and really aiming to score over 40, which obviously is going to lead to wins if they can do that.
And I feel like every Thermopolis game I've witnessed or called, there's been at least one key player out, whether it was Cord with a sickness or Corbin with something else, and then Cody Bomagen coming in today with a broken collarbone. He's not going to be playing. I don't think I've ever seen Thermopolis at 100% healthy since the beginning of the season.
No, and those first like preseason tournaments that they have, there's a steal by the Lyman Eagles here. They're going to pass the ball out. But yeah, I mean, Corbin Simmerall will be out today again, as well as he is awaiting surgery on Tuesday and on his knee. And then, Cody Bomagen, the last regular season JV game, broke his collarbone, and so he'll be out as well. So that offers opportunity to some of the other bench players that they have another freshman that's going to step up into Cody Bomagen's shoes, Armani Dukes, who didn't suit up for any of the varsity games until the last game against Powell. Did get in for some limited time, but he was promoted to uniform for the varsity as well. So another freshman will come up. The Bobcats suiting 4 freshmen.
Oh, the cheerleader just fell.
And they were able to catch her, so that was good. But yeah, the Bobcats are going to be suiting 4 freshmen here for the Bobcats, and
this time they didn't catch her.
Yeah, but she seems okay. It looks like they're going to pass on trying it again, Sean.
They were trying to do like a double pyramid lift, and that just didn't work on the double part.
It didn't seem to work out, did it? So the game we're watching right now, Worland Lady Warriors up over the top of the Lady Eagles, 41-40, only 45 seconds left. Lady Eagles with the ball, so they called the timeout here, setting up a play to try to get on the board here. So let's see what happens here for the last few seconds here of this game. It's been pretty exciting to watch. A lot of energy in the gym, nervous energy probably coming from the Eagles side, and excited energy coming from the Warriors. So Warriors with a 1-point lead as they work the ball around, and looks like they're going to get Bradshaw cutting to the hoop. She took some extra steps as well, but they didn't call it, and she got the layup to go in, but she was kind of tripping as she caught the ball. So looks like the other Bradshaw.
Wow, no foul.
Wow, what a play here. 20 seconds left. Lyman Eagles with a 1-point lead. They're going to look to try to delay. 15 seconds left, and they're going to foul Bradshaw up at the top of the key.
Wow, I can't believe Worland didn't get the foul call there. She was diving out of bounds. Lyman pushed her and threw the ball up. I mean, that was a good no call if you look at it, but from this perspective, she just had 2 bodies land on her.
Right.
How is that not a foul?
Yeah. Well, and even when Aguayo was trying to get the ball passed into her, I saw her get hooked and kind of pulled down as well. But
refs have been known to let games play a little bit more than usual in regional tournaments.
Right.
Worland gets the lucky bounce, and Lyman goes out of bounds.
And I'm Sean, I don't know how you feel about it, but I definitely like seeing the players getting to dictate how the game goes and not by the whistle. So
yeah, I don't know if you were here for the Lander girls game. There was about, I don't know, 6-7 no calls under the basket, all of which could have led to free throws. So in that sense of the term, it's never fun to watch a team kind of get gypped out of points, possible points. But right there, that wouldn't have led to points. That would have probably led to just an inbound pass. But you're right, the refs letting them play, that's always more fun to watch.
Yeah.
You just got to hope that it doesn't come at the benefit of the other team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lander only got 6 free throws, I believe, in the game.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, the team they were playing against had 15 in the first 3 quarters. So stuff like that is when you kind of are angry at the refs.
Right,
but,
understand that.
But wow, yeah, now Lyman's going to the line up 1 with 5 seconds left. I just texted someone, I thought this game might go to overtime, but if Lyman hits these 2, who knows?
Oh, misses the first one. And Bradshaw, again, I know she was out a number of games this season with injuries. Looks like she's still favoring a shoulder injury. She has a brace on it now, so she has opportunity for a second free throw here. See if she can get a 2-point lead for him. Oh, misses that one as well, but an offensive board. Oh, looks like, oh man. They're going to add some time back on the clock as they...
1.2 is what they're going to get.
So that'll give them enough time to catch and shoot now, maybe even get one dribble in there. That's where you definitely, and if there is a foul, it would lead to free throws. Lyman fans on their feet. Oh, Aguayo gets it and throws a full court, but unable to make it. Lyman definitely survived that one. I mean, they got to go in excited, winning first round of regionals, but probably will go back to the drawing board to kind of get recouped in that one as well.
Yeah, and Lyman girls not given the best start for the Lyman boys. Boys now looking at this game saying, I don't want to do what they just did. So
right. And hopefully the Bobcat boys are looking at it saying, hey, look, anything's possible, and we can go in and, maybe steal one. So
yeah, and I called the 2A regionals last weekend, and we saw a number 4 beat a number 1, and same in the 2A state right now. Actually, the number 1 team from the 2A Rocky Mountain came in after beating Wyoming Indian in the championship game last week, and they just lost by Burns of all teams. So anything's possible, and honestly, the Bobcats, if they put together a complete game, they've got it, man.
Yeah, they really can. Normally, they do a good job most of the time, coming out and scoring. Like I said, they started the season really, really well and did a lot of great things, scoring the ball, doing really well. And as of late, I can't really say what that difference is. I know rotations were a big part of it for the Bobcats as far as setting up different starting lineups and things like that. So I think they've kind of narrowed it down to what they've wanted to do the last several weeks, starting most of the seniors, and then also Jet Longwell as well as one of the juniors for the team. So it'll be exciting to see. Bobcats most of the season suited about 17 guys on their roster. So just this past week, Coach Corpening had to narrow it down to his 12 that he wanted. Like I said, with Corbin Simmerall out with his injury and Cody Bomajan out with his injury, had to make some decisions there. Armani Dukes again coming in and suiting up for his first experience varsity-wise. So we'll see how he kind of answers the call on that as well, because there are always those jitters and nerves, for a varsity game at the beginning. And so it'll be exciting to see what he does if he's able to get into the game. And I'm kind of excited here, Sean, to see how the Bobcats come out and answer, if they come out with nerves or if they kind of come out with we have nothing to lose, let's go out and just play loose.
Yeah, and I don't know about Armani Dukes, but Delmonico Dukes has been kind of underrated this year. He comes in, plays some good defense, doesn't really put a lot of points up, but is Armani the brother to Del, I would imagine? Yeah. I would imagine when you get brothers on the court, whether it's Corbin and Cord or Del and Armani, or there's teams all over the state that have brothers playing together, that type of connection and symmetry, that could really lead into a lot of extra points that you don't really think about. And we've seen it all year long with Cord and Corbin. When they're on the court together, you have a better points over turnover average. And I mean, the Dukes, no one's accounting for Armani and Dell to come out and light up anyone. So Lyman's been watching a lot of film. None of it has Dell or Armani on it. Maybe that could be the secret.
Right. Yeah, and Dell, like you said, Dell's come in, and the minutes that he has got, he started a few games as well, and then it's been a little bit different here and there as far as who's in, and so it'll be interesting to see how they do. And yeah, Armani definitely is a good player. He's actually a little bit, size-wise, he's a little bit bigger than Dell. He's a freshman, Dell's a sophomore, so it'll be interesting to see how the Bobcats come out. Losing the size a little bit with Cody Bomajan going down, as he's one of the 6'4" players. Brody Potter will be, it'll be really necessary. It'll be real necessary for him as a size guy to come out and play as well. So it'll be interesting to see how the Bobcats answer to that as well. So pretty excited to see that. And that kind of leads me, Sean, into some of the keys to the game here that we have been looking at. Some of these I'm definitely going to steal from Travis Bomajan, as he's usually, has keys to the game in here. But one of them, like I said earlier as we were watching the end of the Warriors-Eagles game, was we have to score, and we have to find that. It would be nice for it to not just come from one or two guys, but come from a number of players. The last few games, we played Lovell and Powell, and Lovell had 11 of their 12 guys scoring, and Powell ended up having 10 of their 12 guys scoring. So it'd be nice to see the Bobcats to do the same, come out and try to get some multiple people scoring as well. And then along with that, I'd like to see Bobcats also go, back to basics and just do some of the stuff that they did at the beginning of the season, where they were scoring points, they were scoring, they were averaging over 50 a game, and that, I think they were just playing a little bit looser, going back to their offense, not just settling for shots, but passing the ball around, looking for good shots. And here as of late, they've lost that a little bit, of where they've been patient on offensive, but then they end up finding themselves just settling for a three-point shot that they could have had early, and then instead of really working the ball around. So I'd like to see them kind of attack that again. That's how they got that 19-point lead against Lyman last time, or the first time they played them, was they came out, played loose, and just didn't tense up and didn't just settle for shots, really worked it going to the basket. And once they do that, and it tends to open up those outside shots then for them to knock down. And then lastly, I just think, Coach Corpening just has a pretty deep team. He has a team that doesn't have a ton of varsity experience necessarily. They've gotten more over the course of the season. And so I think it would just be good to have fresh legs. I imagine knowing Coach Corpening, after watching him over the last 5 years, that he does tend to bring some different things when it comes to tournament time. And so sometimes that just means fresh legs too. And so just relying on the team and the depth that he has on the team, and having them come in as well. So I really think scoring, going back to their basics, and then relying on their team that they have suiting up would be good.
Yeah, and I'm going to add on to that. I remember that first game against Lyman. It was in Rollins at the tournament, and Braden Bradshaw, the third highest scorer in all of 3A, plays for Lyman. He's got a heck of a shooting percentage, at 50% pretty much from field goal range, and over 65% from free throw. He's not only one of the best shooters, he's one of the best rebounders, second in all of 3A behind Dane Branson from Mountain View. If you can get him out of the game, whether it's foul or whether it's sticky defense, double teaming him and making other players shoot, you have a chance. If you can get Braden Bradshaw in foul trouble, man, Lyman has nowhere else to look. They have a few players that are scoring well, but not as well as him. Right. That's going to be a big key to the game for Lyman, is keeping him in the game.
Yeah, and I think you called that game correct.
We did, yeah.
Rollins, and I think that's what actually worked, is they did get Braden got 2 early fouls like right away, and that gave him the chance to come out. And then in the second half, he played a lot more, and that resulted in them coming back a little bit. So again, yeah, attacking him primarily, and then McCoy Smith seems to be their guard, and he seems to be the one that scores a lot of points for them as well. And so if they could really shut those two down and hold them well under their average, or half of their average even, scorers are going to score. So
oh yeah,
you can't say, hey, don't let them score, but if you can say, hey, let's keep them half of their average or something like that, you offer a good opportunity to win a game, and then obviously they're not going to score their normal either. Like I said before, it'll be a little bit of a home game for Lyman, as they're just 5 or 6 miles away from here. So they have a big crowd, a lot of blue in the stands as well. But Bobcats might feel like they're a little bit home, as the Mountain View is purple in their uniform, so we got the purple bleachers, so maybe that'll give them a little bit of home stance as well.
Yeah, who knows? And just for those of you tuning in on 101.7 KDNO, this is the Gotchi pregame show for the Thermopolis Bobcats. Remember, Gotchi is much more than just a wellness center. They have a huge gym downstairs with a strong woman winner, strong man winner in the form of Portia. Portia's a great woman, and she does a lot of good down there in the basement of the Gotchi Wellness Center. It's a huge gym. They got a pool down there. They got everything down there, aqua beds. And on top of that, they have one of the best bistros in all of Fremont or Hot Springs County. So be sure to stop by Gotchi for any of that. We'll take it to a word from our sponsors and come back for the Sutherland starting lineups.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gray Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on, and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses, and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week?
When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org.
All right, welcome back here to Bobcat Boys Basketball as we're getting ready to get started for the regional tournament, 3A regional tournament held here in Mountain View this year. And Bobcats set to play the number 1 Lyman Eagles on their side of the bracket, and Bobcats coming in as number 4 on their side. So Bobcats will be coming in looking for an upset. Again, Bobcats having a good start to their season and then a little bit rougher as they go down. Bobcats with a 4-16 record, Lyman Eagles with a 15-6 record. Lyman did win some big games down the stretch to have a 5-1 record in the conference, and then the Bobcats came out as 0-6. So for the Bobcats, we're going to go ahead and start our Sutherland starting lineups here. And for the Bobcats, we have junior number 0, Jet Longwell, senior number 2, McCoy Longwell, number 11, senior Gavin Shumway, number 12, senior Cord Simmerall, and then it looks like they're going to make a change as well and have sophomore number 23, Brody Potter, start in place of Hadley Johnson, who's been starting the last several games. So they're going to change that up, probably try to get some height in there against Braden Bradshaw. So for the Lyman Eagles, they have number 2, McCoy Smith, number 3, Brigham Fanos, number 4, Carter Bradshaw, number 11, Gage Nielsen, and then rounding out their starting lineup is number 23, Braden Bradshaw. So, that'll be the Sutherland starting lineups today as Bradshaw comes in, like Sean had said before, and kind of a force to reckon with, not only offensively but on the boards as well. And so if the Bobcats can kind of come in at them and attack them, then they will get going. So again, appreciate all of our sponsors as we're here on 101.7 KDNO. Appreciate those of you listening today. Those of you that weren't able to make the drive, we're excited to see the roads were open so we could make the journey here too.
They looked good too. They can come here tomorrow or tonight too.
Yeah, that's absolutely. So jump ball is won there by the Lyman Eagles, and looks like the Bobcats are going to come out a little bit of a junk defense here and run a triangle and two. So shot is up and is no good for the Lyman Eagles as Bobcats come down with the ball. McCoy Longwell going to bring it up on the far side. And Bobcats wearing their black uniforms today with the gold on the shoulders and the shorts, and Lyman wearing their white home jerseys. Ball off of Cord Simmerall's leg, and back and forth it goes between Brigham Fanos and Carter Bradshaw as Fanos is able to score two for the Bobcats, or for the Eagles. So 2-0 with 7:17 left here in the first quarter for the Bobcats. Bobcats going to drive in.
Nice move, just didn't fall.
Yeah, good little floater there by McCoy as he was able to find some space. Good rebound there by Braden Bradshaw as they pass it over to Brigham Fanos. Fanos going to head fake there. Looks like McCoy and Jet Longwell have the duties of being playing one-on-one defense on both. Looks like they're going to do that to Smith and Braden Bradshaw. They're going to come out and just face guard them and let the other three run a little bit of a zone offense or defense. And that first foul goes on Cord Simmerall as he reached in and tried to steal one away. Gets an arm pass out to Fanos. Fanos left wide open, and three for him. So 5 quick points for Fanos, Sean, right out the get-go with 6:45 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's just poor inbound defense by Thermopolis. You got to go all the way out to the key.
Right, and that's where that junk defense can kind of get you in trouble. McCoy with another long three. Shot is up, no good. Almost a rebound there. Ball's rolling around on the ground still. McCoy Smith gets it to Bradshaw somehow, and Bradshaw's going to bring it up the court. He's going to pass it out to McCoy Smith. McCoy Smith's shot is up, no good. Good rebound by Jet Longwells. He gets it to his brother McCoy. McCoy going to bring it up center court here. And McCoy's going to patiently just walk it up, looks for a call from his coach here. And looks like they're going to run a little bit of different set than what we've seen. Going to pass it back out to Gavin Shumway. Gavin almost out at half court. Pass it over to Jet. Pass it into the high post to Cord Simmerall. Cord, their leading scorer. Shot is up and is good by Cord Simmerall. So good to see him get on the board early as he's had pretty good games here as of late. Been kind of one of the bright spots in the scoring for the Bobcats. McCoy Smith with the ball on the far side here, bringing it up. He'll pass it up to Fanos. Fanos left open again, and man, just drives it in. Passes it out to Carter Bradshaw, too hard. Fanos with the rebound, unable to score it. Bradshaw with the rebound, though. Braden Bradshaw gets the rebound and puts it back in. So 7-2, quick lead here for Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. And Coy Longwell going to bring it up to the center. He's going to pass it over to Cord. Cord waiting for a screen from Jet, but he'll pass on it. Looks like McCoy Smith tried to draw a charge. No good there, but Cord isn't able to make it. Pass inside. And no good. Gage Nielsen tried to find Carter Bradshaw, but shot is up, no good, off the back of the rim. Now Gavin Shumway will bring it up on the near side for the Bobcats. Good pressure there from Gage Nielsen. He'll pass it over to Cord Simmerall. McCoy cutting through the center. Good hard defense there by Brigham Fanos, but as McCoy cut through, it looks like he got his hands on him, pushed him away, so that'll be Brigham Fanos' first team foul. And for a quick substitution, Ellis Weber checks in. Freshman will check in for Brody Potter. Pass out to Jet Longwell. He'll pass it over to Ellis Weber. Ellis Weber, good inbound to McCoy. McCoy will turn around. No one's guarding him. He'll go up for the shot. Shot is up and is good.
I don't think he was expecting to turn around and have no white jerseys in front of him.
Yeah, he looked like he was getting ready to pass it and then was like, hey, nobody's here. So once he gets his feet set underneath him, he has a really good shot.
He can get hot. I've seen him get hot before.
That's right. And also for Caleb Smith checks in for Lyman Eagles as well as he'll pass it out to Cope Thomas. No good. And then looks like Fanos goes up looks for the rebound, and looks like Ellis Weber is going to get a foul called on him.
Funny story, when I first called the Lyman game, I had only the first initials, so someone said Coke Thomas, and I thought they said Coke, and I said they really must like Coca-Cola or the other thing.
That's right. That is funny. That's funny. Cope Thomas with the ball. He'll pass it back out to Fanos, who's feeling it, but air ball there. But good rebound by Caleb Smith, and he'll get the ball up and in. And Gavin Shumway will now bring it up for the Bobcats. He's going to do step back, looks at the three, passes it up. Jet now with it, gets it stolen by Fanos. Actually looked like Jet pushed him down.
He definitely did.
But they're just going to call a jump ball on it as they both fight over the ball. So
still Thermopolis ball, lucky them on the possession arrow. But yeah, he definitely got away with a push on the ground there.
Yeah, kind of as Fanos was falling. And now number 3, Canyon Gerber, set to check in for the Bobcats for the first time.
Does he always wear those glasses on the court? Does he have the protective goggles?
He has goggles sometimes. He also wears contacts at times, but he probably didn't have his mom to remind him about his contacts. McCoy with a deep three. Shot is up and is good. So Coy Longwell with 5 quick points for the Bobcats as they just trail 9-7 with 3:43 left in the first quarter. Coy Smith going to bring it up on the far side. Has McCoy Longwell on him. Canyon running the top of the triangle here, it looks like. Going to pass it out to the corner. And Fanos is going to bring it up top. Nobody really guarding him, but after he hit the first couple shots, not able to make another one here. Pass out to Smith. Smith's three is up, no good. Looks like Caleb Smith and Jet Longwell both go up after the ball, and looks like they're going to call it off of Jet Longwell. So Lyman Eagles will retain possession as Carter Bradshaw checks back in for Caleb Smith for the Lyman Eagles.
Yeah, Thermopolis coach upset that wasn't off of Lyman, but
yeah,
understandable.
I kind of agree with him on that too. Cope Thomas with the ball. He'll pass it over to Fanos. Fanos into Smith, and easy bucket inside as they pass it into Carter Bradshaw, and Gavin took a chance and missed it. So 11-7 Lyman Eagles over the top of Bobcats with 3:05 left here in the first quarter. Gavin Shumway will pass it over to Canyon. Canyon to Gavin, the top of the key. Gavin looks to drive in. Looks like there's going to be a reaching foul called on Fanos. And Fanos will pick up his second foul. That'll be the team's second foul as well. Both teams just with 2 team fouls. And checking back in the game will be Gage Nielsen for Fanos. 2:58 left here. Lyman Eagles 11-7. Great pass from Gavin, and Cord unable to hang on to the ball, and shot goes up and he misses it, but rebound to Coleman Schultz, and he just kind of fell with it and travels. So Bobcats will get the ball under their hoop. Gavin Shumway passes it out to Jet. Jet to Cord, looking for Gavin. Passes it into Jet, who's posted up, but the ball will get stolen away here by the Lyman Eagles and Cope Thomas, and he'll get the ball into Carter Bradshaw's hands. Back over to Thomas. Cope's going to drive it into the elbow, pass it up high. Shot is up and is good for Coleman Schultz. So a lot of different scores. That's the 5th scorer for the Lyman Eagles as they're up 13-7. Brigham Fanos being the only one to score more than 1 bucket here. And Gavin Shumway's going to drive it in all the way.
Drive.
Shot is up and is good.
No foul either. That could have been an and one, but he's just happy the ball went in.
Yeah, kind of turned out to be a chest pass from him, and it went in, so it was good there. Carter Bradshaw bringing the ball up for the Lyman Eagles. Will pass it over to Thomas, and Thomas drives in and goes in. So another score for the Lyman Eagles. 2 minutes left, 15-9. Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Gavin Shumway is going to bring it on the near side here. Not a lot of movement from the Bobcats. Ball off of the shoulder of Gerber. He's going to pass it over to McCoy Longwell. Screen from Cord. McCoy drives in, pass out to Gerber. Gerber with the 3. Shot is up, and it's good by Gerber. Great shot there by Canyon Gerber as he gets on the scoreboard for the Bobcats.
It's only a 3-point lead now for Lyman with 90 seconds to go in this first quarter.
That's right. So great game here so far, 15-12. Going to be a battle, always is in postseason play, it seems like. Drive in there, and Cope Thomas again drives in, gets a good bucket as he drove past a couple Bobcats to get all the way to the hoop. So Gavin Shumway going to bring it in. Lyman Eagles playing a man-to-man defense here. Pass over to McCoy Longwell, looking for a screen from his brother. He's going to pass on the screen. Good pass there. Oh, and they're going to get a charge call on the Bobcats. So looks like that's going to be on McCoy, and that'll be the 3rd team foul on the Bobcats. 1:01 left here in the first quarter. 17-12 Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Number of substitutions coming in for the Bobcats and the Eagles. Looks like that we're going to get a 30-second timeout. So 1:01 left here on this clock. 17-12 Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. And we'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here for Bobcat basketball. 1:01 left in the first quarter. Lyman Eagles 17-12 over the top of the Bobcats. Great game here. Number of substitutions by both teams as they're just trying to keep some fresh legs in there. Del Dukes, Ellis Weber check in, and Jet Longwell at the quarter. So Del Dukes getting his first chance here. Bobcats going to run some full court pressure here. Quick pass in to Caleb Smith and easily break the press here as it looks like Bobcats are going to be in a man-to-man now. Bradshaw with the ball here. He'll pass it over to Carter Bradshaw. Carter with it at the top of the key. Ellis Weber on him. Passes over to Gage Nielsen. Gage Nielsen, nice lob pass.
Wow, what a move.
Jeez, Caleb Smith, great pass from Gage Nielsen. Entry pass there, and shot is up. Is good. Gavin Shumway, it's a good move there, but no help from the teammates with as it gets stolen by Gage Nielsen, and then McCoy Smith ends up with it, tries to pass it down for a fast break, and ball gets thrown over the top and out of bounds. So Bobcats will have it. Chance to bring it full length up the court. 26.4 seconds left in the first quarter. Bobcats trailing 19-12 to the Lyman Eagles.
Well, and they did a good job of forcing that back-to-back turnover there after they turned the ball over.
Yeah, they did.
They just got to do something with it when they get the ball, which is here, 22 seconds to go.
That's right. McCoy Longwell passed over to Gavin. Gavin cross court to Cord. He's going to bring it up top of the key. No one's going to pick him up. He's going to shoot a three. Three is up. No good. Del Dukes gets a rebound. Pass it back out to Gavin. Gavin head fake drive in, and he will go up for the shot and gets fouled as he goes up for the shot with 8.7 seconds left. See who he drew the foul on. Looks like that's going to be on Caleb Smith, so that'll be his first foul, team's third foul, and Gavin Shumway will go to the line for free throws.
Gavin, a 52% shooter on the season.
First one is up and is good. So let's hope that extra 2% plays in here on the second free throw. Brody Potter's going to check in for Jet Longwell. 8.7 seconds left. Lyman Eagles up 19-13 over the Bobcats. So some good scoring by both teams here. Bobcats going to need some stops as they move forward. Second free throw is up and is good as well. So 4 points there for Gavin Shumway in the quarter. McCoy Smith with the ball. Someone's going to need to pick him up and stop ball. 5 seconds left in the quarter. He's going to pass it out to Smith. Smith spots up, shoots a three on the buzzer. Shot is up, no good off the back of the rim. So end of the first quarter, the Bobcats 14, Lyman Eagles 19. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, and we're back here. Bobcat basketball as they come out of the first quarter timeout. Bobcats trailing 19-14 to the Lyman Eagles. Looks like Lyman will come out with the ball to start the second quarter. And checking in for the Lyman Eagles, Kais Herdsman will be in for the first time. It's like Bobcats are going to start the second quarter the way they ended the first. So Dell Dukes, Brody Potter, Gavin Shumway, Cord Cimarral, and McCoy Longwell. And it looks like now the Bobcats are going to go into a little bit of a box and one with Cord Cimarral guarding Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets it, 3 guys on him.
Wow.
And one. So again, a good idea, but if he can score on 3 of you, not good. So that foul will be on McCoy Longwell, and that'll be his 2nd foul, team's 5th foul.
There's just not a lot of players that can stand up Braden Bradshaw and make him really work for a shot.
No, and he's so bouncy. He's quick off his feet, and free throw is up and is good by Bradshaw, so 5 points for him in the quarter. Lyman saw 6 different players in the scorebook, as the Bobcats saw 4 different ones, so good for them going into this game as well. Hadley Johnson checks in for the first time for the Bobcats, and he'll come in for McCoy Longwell to give him a little bit of a break. Gavin Shumway will get it to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson going to bring it over side, and they're going to call a carry on Hadley as he was looking to set up the offense, but nobody really around him, so not really a reason to do it, but just
palm the ball. That's really it, yeah.
And Bradshaw will pass it in. Looks like Jet Longwell will have Bradshaw in the face guarding here. Not an easy task at all. Smith with it at the top of the key. Excuse me. He's going to get it into Gage Nielsen. Going to pass it over to Herdsman. Herdsman will pass it up to the top to Caleb Smith, and then he'll get it back over to Herdsman. And now Fanos, no one really on him. Tough pass. And geez, Caleb Smith gets it through four Bobcat players. Ends up with a shot, goes up. Brody Potter knocks it out of bounds, so blocks the shot. 7:14 here in the second quarter. Bobcats trailing 22-14 the Lyman Eagles. Fanos set to check it in. He'll pass it in to Herdsman. Pass it back out to Fanos. Fanos is going to set the Eagles up in their offense. Looks like they're going to run a screen and roll as well. Good screen there by Smith. Roll by Smith, and Hadley Johnson comes in and a jump ball as he gets in there with Smith and tries to rip the ball away.
He just got a hand in there right at the right time. Perfect
great
timing.
Job, good defense, and so now Zach Hasty, freshman for the Bobcats, will check in for the first time as well for Hadley Johnson. So a little bit about a minute there for Hadley as Zach Hasty comes in. So Corpening using his whole bench, kind of one of our keys to the game, was getting fresh legs. Gavin Smith with a step back 3. Shot is up and is good for Gavin Shumway. So 7 points for him in the game, and cuts the lead to, or the trailing now only by 5, 22-17. Lyman over the top. And Fanos with the ball. He'll pass it up to Braden Bradshaw. Braden looking to pass it in. Caleb Smith really working hard on the box. Herdsman will fake it, pass it back over to Fanos. Fanos left open. It looks like he has a little bit of a quick step there. Sean, I called that one the Gerber shuffle because I was pretty good at it back in the day as well. And a little travel call there on Fanos.
When I played point, I never really got caught traveling as much. I was always a double dribbler. I'd pick up the ball, I'd pretend to pass, and then I'd just forget that I ever dribbled. Right. So I'd start dribbling again. Yeah.
Hey, it works if they don't call it.
Yeah. This isn't the NBA.
No, that's right. Yeah, very true. Zach Hasty will get it into Cord Cimarral's hands and then into Gavin. So Gavin's going to set him up in the offense. Over to Jet Longwell. He'll get it to Zach Hasty, who can shoot the ball. Passes up on the 3, gets it to Brody Potter. Brody kind of staring down Gavin, trying to get him the ball, and he'll get it into Cord Cimarral's hand. Cord's going to have a lane. He's going to drive in, shoot it up, and no good. Jet does a great job of jumping up, tipping it out to Brody. Gavin gets the ball. Shot is up and is good. And Gavin is definitely somebody that, if he can start getting on fire, man, he can really start knocking shots down. 2-point deficit only for the Bobcats now, 22-20 with 5:50 left here in the first half. It looks like they're going to get Gavin Shumway with a foul as he tried to get through the defense there.
Yeah, he was falling as he fouled.
Yeah.
He was thinking he was being fouled.
Yeah, they were hoping that they were going to draw a moving screen. 5:47 left here, 22-20. Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Man-to-man defense here for the Bobcats. Pass up to Fanos. No one on Fanos. He passes up the 3 again. So after knocking down a few shots, it's kind of passed. Pass goes inside to Carter Bradshaw. Nobody really on him. Jet Longwell tries to draw the charge, but to no avail as the shot is up and good for Carter. So 4 points for him as well. And Cord Cimarral gets the ball, and ball gets knocked away by Fanos, but it'll stay to the Bobcats here. 5:21, 24-20. Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Cord Simmer all set to take the ball out of bounds. He'll throw it over to Gavin. Gavin will get them set up in their offense. Over to Zach Hasty. Zach gets a screen from Jet. Nice entry pass there. Jet comes up and under and unable to complete the shot as he was left open, and then frustration foul there by Jet Longwell, as he tends to do if unable to make it. He kind of wants to make up for the miss, and so 6th team foul there by the Bobcats. First on Jet. 5:10 left here in the first half. 24-20 Eagles over the top of the Bobcats.
Yeah, that was a good look underneath the basket. He juked out 2 players. They both jumped. He just missed the layup, and you're right, frustration came as soon as he didn't get that rebound.
Right. So it looks like Bobcats are going to go back to that triangle and 2 with Gavin on McCoy Smith and Bradshaw being guarded by Jet, and Jet tries to get a steal there from Bradshaw, and that's
his 4th
foul on him. So
oh, no, that was
Jet,
a foul on 0.
Yeah, Jet, so that'll be his 2nd.
That is. Oh, that's right. I apologize. I was looking at different numbers.
It is the 4th foul on a Longwell, though.
Yes, there you go.
So Braden Bradshaw will have an opportunity at one-on-one here, as that's the team's 7th foul. Del Dukes checks back in for the Bobcats. Bradshaw's first shot is up and is good, so he'll have an opportunity at second shot. 4 points for him here in this quarter. 6-6 is the quarter so far, so even across the board for the Eagles and Bobcats. Second one is up and is good, so 26-20, 5 minutes left here in the first half for the Bobcats. Gavin Shumway will bring it up on the near side here. Good defense by Carter Bradshaw. Cord Simmer will get the screen. He'll step back, shoot a 3. Shot is up and no good. And now I very much remember Carter Bradshaw's leaping abilities when he was in Thermopolis. He is not big in stature, but man, he can leap. And he got a good rebound there. Tried to pass it out as he was falling away, and ball goes out of bounds. So Bobcats ball on the sidelines. Canyon Gerber checks in for Del Dukes as he comes back in with 4:44 left here in the first half. Bad pass to Canyon Gerber, ends up with it. He'll pass it to Cord. Cord's going to drive it all the way in, and good shot there. So something that looked like a disaster as a bad pass from Gavin ends up, Canyon gets the steal right back and pass it up to Cord, and Cord finishes. So 4-point game here, 26-22. Bobcats trail Lyman Eagles, 4:20 left in the first half. Bradshaw with the ball. He'll pass it over to Carter Bradshaw. Gets it into McCoy Smith. McCoy Smith's going to drive it in. Goes up and under and scores the basket. So his first points in the game, but a good drive in there against Brody Potter, who stayed standing straight up, didn't foul. Gavin Shumway drives in. Ball gets blocked by Carter Bradshaw, but it looks like there might be a body foul on that. And that foul is going to be on number 5, Cope Thomas. So that foul did come not on Carter, who blocked the shot. Gavin Shumway's going to get an opportunity for 2 free throws. First shot is up and good. So 7 points here in the quarter for Gavin Shumway as he's knocked down the 2 threes, and then that free throw as well. Again, opportunity to get it into a 4-point deficit if he makes this free throw. Shot is up and is good. So 4 for 4 from the free throw line for Gavin. Doing a good job. Both teams 100% on their free throws so far. Ball gets to Gage Nielsen. Gage Nielsen will pass it to the top to Carter Bradshaw as he passes it into Braden. Braden, nice dump down pass. No look pass to Coleman Schultz. And Coleman Schultz will get the and one opportunity as he makes the bucket and then have a chance at a free throw, and a beautiful pass from Braden Bradshaw as he wasn't even looking at the hoop and just dumped it into Schultz.
Old-fashioned three-point play incoming.
Absolutely, and Lyman is definitely a larger team than the Bobcats as far as size-wise, so Bobcats are really going to have to work on the inside there. 3:42 left here in the first half, 31-24. Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Ellis Weber steps out to catch the pass. Excuse me, he's going to get fouled there by McCoy Smith as Ellis is able to catch it. That's the 15th foul on the Eagles. Brody Potter posting up. Makes a good head fake there, fake pass. Ooh. And as he goes up for the shot, Braden Bradshaw sends it out into the crowd. And good move by Brody. And honestly, Sean, I never minded getting blocked because now I know he's going to jump every time. Now Brody just needs to remember, give a head fake and get him in the air and then go finish. Pass out to Canyon Gerber. Canyon gets it to Gavin. Gavin's shot up is no good. Braden and Canyon go up for a rebound. And the ball gets knocked away. McCoy Smith comes down with the ball. And McCoy will get him set up in the offense as he brings it down on the far side, calling for a screen from Schultz and Bradshaw. McCoy will bring it all the way back over to the near side. Pass it to Carter Bradshaw. Carter back to McCoy Smith. Gavin Shumway playing defense on him, getting a screen from Schultz. Give and go there. It looks like
timeout.
I thought they were going to get a 3 seconds or something there, and then a timeout there by the Lyman Eagles. So we will take one as well. We'll be back right after this.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on, and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses, and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
All right, and we're back as plays underway after the timeout. Lyman Eagles with the ball here at the top of the key, and they're going to pass it over to Gage Nielsen.
No foul.
Oh, there it looked like Cord tried to draw a charge as they pass it into Braden Bradshaw, and man, 4 Bobcats just dived down in on him right there. Looks like there's going to be a one-on-one opportunity for Braden. That's going to be a foul on Ellis Weber. That'll be his second, team's 9th. So after this, they'll go to the line for 2. Braden Bradshaw has an opportunity one-on-one so far. He's 3 for 3 from the line. And first one is up and is good, so perfect again for both teams, like I said, from the free throw line. Bobcats 4 of 4, Gavin Shumway the only one shooting them, and Lyman Eagles 5 of 5 with Braden going 4 of 4 and Coleman Schultz scoring.
Yeah, Lyman doesn't have a free throw shooter under 40%. They're really good at free throw lines.
Yeah. Second one is up and is good as well, so 7 points for Braden Bradshaw, 5 of those coming from the free throw line. Gavin Shumway getting the ball. Looks like he's going to try to get a trap. Brody Potter getting up high for a pass from Gavin. Back to Gavin. Pass it to Brody. Brody over to Ellis. Ellis head fake. He's going to drive it in. Opportunity shot goes up. No good. Del Dukes tries to rip the rebound away there from Caleb Smith. And looks like they're going to call ball off of the Lyman Eagles. So Bobcats will keep possession. Ellis Weber, Del Dukes, Cord Simmerall, Brody Potter, and Gavin Shumway in after the timeout. Pass into Cord, great out of bounds play, and just left it short. Ball goes out of bounds, and then looks like they're gonna call a foul on Caleb Smith, and that will be Caleb's second foul. That'll be the team 6th foul. So Bobcats will just keep possession underneath their hoop. Gavin Shumway set to take it out as Cord went up for the shot and missed. He went back up for the offensive rebound, and as he came down, got pushed from behind by Caleb. Good backdoor cut by Cord, but McCoy Smith reaches in to steal the ball as a good give and go from Dell and Cord, and they're going to call a reach-in foul there on McCoy Smith, so his second foul. So foul count now, it's 17 fouls for Eagles, 9 for the Bobcats. Cord Simmerall with an opportunity to shoot a one-on-one. First one is up and is good. So again, this game ends up coming down to free throw. Sean, it might just be a matter of somebody missing one, and the second one is up and good for Cord as well. So 4 points for him in the quarter. 33-26, Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. 2:13 left here in the first half. McCoy Smith with the ball at the top of the key, looking to set up the offense here. Again, running just face guarding, no help off of Braden Bradshaw.
Oh, nice,
almost
almost
a steal by Del Dukes. He'll get Carter Bradshaw with it. Drive baseline there by Cope Thomas, and Cope Thomas scoring again as well. 6 points for him in the game. Gavin Shumway going to drive it up fast against the pressure here. Gets it across half court now, looking to set up the offense for the Bobcats. Zach Hasty, Kenyon Gerber both set to check in for the Bobcats as well. Gavin Shumway going to kind of force up a shot there as he dribbled around, gets hit.
Oh, what a three.
Brody Potter gets the offensive board, pass over to Cord Simmerall. Cord pulls up for three, knocks it down. 7 points for him in the quarter. 35-29, 6-point lead for the Lyman Eagles over the Thermopolis Bobcats. McCoy Smith, far side, is going to pass it up to Gage Nielsen. And then they're going to run an elevator screen here. Going to get it through that, but pass on the three. Carter Bradshaw with it. Del Dukes got a lot of ball, but it looks like he got him on the arm as well.
He came up from behind him and hit the back of the ball, right. And when the shot kept going up, his hands were still going up even though the ball was out in the middle of the air, and that's where the hand came in, but he had gotten all ball before that.
Right.
It's a tough foul.
Yeah, and the refs, I have to give it to them, they're calling it the same way both ways. That contact's there, they're calling it, and so there's been kind of, I guess, a lot of hand check calls, if that's what you want to call them, that have come in, but they've been kind of across the board evenly. Minute 12 left. First free throw was up and good for Carter Bradshaw, so they take a 7-point lead over the Bobcats, 36-29. Second one is up and good as well. So 4 points for Carter Bradshaw in the quarter, 6 for the game. Gavin Shumway will bring it up, calling for some help here against the pressure. And Kenyon Gerber will get it, pass it back over to Gavin, back to Kenyon. Kenyon will get it, drive to the baseline, get it to Brody Potter. Brody back out to Gavin. Now looks like maybe they can set up an offense as they were dealing with some pressure here. Looks like Lyman will now go into a man-to-man. Pass over to Zach Casey, 45 seconds left in the first half. Back to Kenyon Gerber now. Kenyon look, drive, left hand, pull up. Good pass there to Gavin Shumway. Kenyon actually had a kind of defender went by him, had an opportunity to shoot it, but passed up that to get it into the middle of the lane as Gavin Shumway was cutting hard, and good pass by Kenyon to Gavin as Gavin will go to the line. Looks like they're just going to call it on the ground, so it'll be a one-on-one opportunity. Shot is up and good. Foul there is going to be called on Carter Bradshaw. That was his first and team's seventh. So
say what you will about Thermopolis, they're keeping up with Lyman right now.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well, actually. And Gavin Shumway knocks down the free throw again, so 4 for 4 from the quarter, 6 of 6 in the game. So having a really good game, 10 points in the quarter for Gavin. Come out, Braden Bradshaw gets the ball. Easy bucket for him. They're going to have to find an answer for him for sure. Just 20 seconds left in the quarter. 39-31, Bobcats over the top of, or Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Zach Casey tries to force a pass into Brody Potter. Ball gets knocked away there by Cope Thomas.
They're going to try and sub in some players with 11 seconds left, get some fresh legs for this final play. They've done really well. They had back-to-back threes and then went on a little bit of a scoring drought, but now they've done pretty well so far. Every time they get the ball, they could bring this down to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, it'd be good to see them get a good shot off here. McCoy Longwell checked in here along with Jet, and they're going to get the ball up here. 8 seconds left in this first half. 39-31, Lyman Eagles on the top. Going to have to run something here. Going to pass it, force it into Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets it. Oh, my goodness. Shoots it three-quarter court and just grazes the bottom of the net. If he had another half step in that, it would have gone in. So Bobcats here at the end of the half trailing the Lyman Eagles 31-39. We're going to take a quick break from our sponsors, and we'll be back right after this for the halftime show presented by Hot Springs Health.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
And welcome back to the Hot Springs Health halftime show. A very exciting game for the Bobcats as they just trail 8-2 the Lyman Eagles. Just a few minutes left here in the halftime. And just kind of to go back here, Sean, to some of the things we talked about at the beginning of the game, kind of the keys to the game, see how we kind of grade against that. One of those big things was to score. And
they're doing that.
They are doing that. Now, one of the things they are not going to be able to do as they were, we kind of said if they could hold them under 40, that was hopeful for the game to hold them under 40. That's not going to happen as they're at 39 already in the first half. But the Bobcats are kind of keeping pace, and they're able to score 31 in the game, which has been great for them because they've had a number of games where they've only scored 30 to 35 points. So them getting on the scoreboard as well. Now Lyman Eagles have done a great job of passing the ball around, and a lot of scores for them, as the Bobcats have just seen 4 in the scoreboard for the Bobcats. But some of the other things, going back to the basics, and I think what they've done is they've been very patient on offense, but have moved fast in that. They're not being patient doesn't mean slow, just means not settling for a 3. I can really think of only one possession where Gavin kind of forced up a 3 that wasn't real necessary, but the Bobcats ended up getting it back and scoring anyway. So that was kind of no harm, no foul on that one. And then last is just relying on the team, and that's exactly what Corpening's done. Is he's done a number of substitutions. It's not just been kind of keeping the same 5 or 6 guys in. He's rotated in and out through that, and so I think that's been a big lift for them as well. A lot of fresh legs as they've come in, and it's been a team effort for the Bobcats as well. And so through that, is there anything you've seen, Sean, that different from what we talked about at the beginning of the game?
Well, no, just to add on to what you were saying, both these teams rank in the bottom 6 of scoring. Lyman averages 49.5 points a game. Thermopolis averages 47.8. This is a great opening half for both of them. They're both going to go over their average if they continue to play like this. If they do take those 3s, they're taking them, and for the most part they hit 2 back-to-back, then they hit another one after I had mentioned that they weren't making their 3s anymore. They have great three-point shooting abilities. Their biggest problem is when they go underneath. If Braden Bradshaw's playing under the basket, he's blocking or defending so well that it's putting a little bit of fear in Thermopolis whenever they bounce underneath the basket. They got to do what you said. They got to give a little pump fake, maybe a head fake, and they got to get him to jump. Maybe then they could get him to foul, or maybe they could just get him to jump and they could go around him like they've done a couple times, including a missed layup on one of those. Right. But, 2 or 3 of those shots that they missed an easy layup and they missed an open 3, and this game is almost tied pretty much. So, but you don't work with almost in basketball. You work with what you got.
Yeah.
And right now, Lyman is doing a good job of working with what they got. Thermopolis doing a pretty good job, but not a great job with working well with what they got.
Right. No, I agree. And that was one of the things you brought up, too, before the game was trying to get Braden Bradshaw off of the court, whether it was trying to get him into foul trouble or something like that. And unfortunately, he is the only starter that does not have a foul. Him and Gage Nielsen, neither one have a foul. And he hasn't scored a lot of buckets. He's scored 3 baskets, but he's been a force underneath. He's been fouled a number of times, gone to the line 5 different times, made all 5 free throws. And then also he's been dishing the ball out as well, and has done a great job of giving it up to his other post players as well. So that's been really good. And as we continue the Hot Springs Health halftime show here, also want to talk about the One-Eye Buffalo stats at the half. And again, like I said, Bobcats doing a really good job here. They have 4 different scorers in the books, as it shows Gavin Shumway leading all scorers in the game with 14, scored 10 in that second quarter. And 9 points for Cord Simmerall. So they're leading scorers right now, doing what they've been doing all season long. Gavin Shumway with 14, Cord Simmerall with 9. So you like to see that. McCoy Longwell does have 5, scored a couple buckets, important buckets at the beginning of the game in that first quarter. So that was big to see him. And then Kanan Gerber coming off the bench also knocked down that 3. And so 3 for him as well. So the 4 scorers for the Bobcats in there. Scored 14 in the first quarter, 17 in the second quarter for 31 in the game. No one really in any foul trouble. Jet and McCoy Longwell and Ellis Weber, all 3 of them with 2 fouls. And then Gavin Shumway and Cord Simmerall with a single foul each. And then I also have Delmonico Dukes with a single foul. So no one really in foul trouble for the Bobcats. Really nobody in foul trouble for either team. As far as the Lyman Eagles go, they have 7 that have scored for them. McCoy Smith, their point guard, who does average double-digit points for them, just with a single bucket in the second quarter with 2 points for him. Brigham Fanos, those 2 early shots in the game, has 5. Carter Bradshaw has 6 points in the game, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Cope Thomas coming off the bench, scoring 6 points, 4 in the first and 2 in the second. And then Caleb Smith also coming off the bench with 4 points. Excuse me. Coleman Schultz off the bench with 5 points, and then Braden Bradshaw leading the scores for the Lyman Eagles with 11. So he already almost has his average on the in a game already with his 11. But it'll be good to see him, see if the Bobcats have an answer there. They did try to run a couple junk defenses in triangle 2 and a box and 1, and I wouldn't say that it didn't show any results, but a little bit tougher there. So again, appreciate One-Eye Buffalo for their stats at the half, and also Hot Springs Health for sponsoring our halftime show as well. We're going to take a quick break with our sponsors, and we'll be back right after this.
And Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here. 45 seconds left in the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Again, appreciate all of our sponsors, and especially appreciate everybody that wasn't able to make it to regionals, spending a little bit of the afternoon here on 101.7 KDNO, listening to some Bobcat basketball here at regional 3A regionals in Mountain View, home of the Buffaloes. And exciting game here for the Bobcats as they're in this game doing really well. 39-31, they're trailing to the Lyman Eagles, who have been ranked all season long in the top 5. And so a good game here as they've come out. Looks like Corpening is going to kind of go with the same starters, and in place of Brody Potter, he's going to have Del Dukes come out. So
Dukes did a really good job attempting steals. He was rushing up and down the court. Of all the players that looked tired, he was not one of them.
No,
so
absolutely not.
He's got a lot of energy. You saw it in football season. So I imagine that they're going to try and keep that same energy with him. He really got a hand on almost every ball that was around him.
He does, and he does a great job of finding position for rebounds as well. For not being the biggest guy out there, he definitely understands how to be there. So looks like Bobcats are in a triangle and 2 again, with Cord and McCoy having the call of being on McCoy Smith and Braden Bradshaw. Ball goes over to Carter Bradshaw. Thanos with the ball now. He's going to drive in left-handed, passes out to Gage Nielsen. Gage Nielsen's going to pass to the top. Almost a steal by Cord Simmerall, but Braden Bradshaw comes down with it. He'll get it over to Carter. McCoy Smith will now reset the offense. Pull-up jumper from about 15 feet up. No good. Gets his own rebound.
Ooh, got it stolen almost.
Almost got it stolen by Longwell.
Starting off the third quarter with a foul is never good. Foul's going to be on 15. That's Dell.
Yeah, Dell will get his second foul. He definitely always understands that he has 5, so he's not afraid to get in there. Looks like they're going to call that on the shot, so McCoy Smith's going to have an opportunity at 2 free throws. First one is up and good, so both teams staying 100% on the free throw line so far.
If you're going to jinx them, you might as well jinx Lyman.
That's what I'm trying. It would be nice to see someone miss one. McCoy Smith, second one is up and no good. So Gavin Chimway is going to come down and get the rebound. So he'll bring up for Bobcats' first possession. 7:15 left here in the first quarter. 40-31. Gavin Chimway with a step back 3. Shot is up, no good. Braden Bradshaw high for the rebound against Jet Longwell. And Braden's going to bring the ball up. He's going to pass it over to Fanos. Fanos looks to pass it inside. No one there. So ball gets into Gage Nielsen's hands. Back to Fanos. Fanos looking for a pass inside. Carter Bradshaw offers a
nice block.
Yeah, good block there by Gavin as he comes from behind on help defense and knocks it away from Fanos. Gavin Chumway with it now at the top of the key. Passes over to Del Dukes. And good pressure there by Lyman Eagles as well. Bobcats kind of all caught standing here, setting up their offense. Coy Longwell with the ball now. Oh, good cut there by Del Dukes. Just missed him on the block. Coy with a head fake. He'll pass out to Gavin, and they're going to call a travel. And unfortunately, it looked like I think when he jump stopped, he had just one more little half step in there.
Yeah, it looked like he might have slid his step in there, but either way, that was a good call by the ref there.
Yeah, and 40-31, 6:25 left here in the third quarter. Unfortunately, Gavin still shot the ball and made it, so that one always hurts a little bit extra. McCoy Smith will kick it out to Gage Nielsen. Gage Nielsen's shot is up and good.
That was a no-look pass.
Yeah, it was a nice-looking pass there, and that'll be his first bucket in the game for the Lyman Eagles. They'll take now an 11-point lead over the top of the Bobcats. Screen coming for McCoy. McCoy's going to drive it in, gets blocked. Oh, they're going to call basket interference.
Goaltending. Did it hit, I think it hit the basket, or I think it hit the backboard before they touched it.
Yeah,
and that would be goaltending.
I thought I'm not sure who was guarding him, but whoever was guarding him, I thought he hit the ball first, which made it go off the backboard, and then Bradshaw got a hand on it, but they are going to call it good. So basket that really wasn't probably going to go in.
Hold on, now they're going to talk about it at the scorer's table.
So they're probably deciding on who gets the ball, and it'll be McCoy Longwells who shot the layup.
Well, and so that layup was not going to go in. It hit the bottom left side of the backboard. Right. There was no way. But the rule is if it hits backboard or it's going down, that's goaltending. That's just the rules.
Yeah, for some reason, I think McCoy Smith was guarding him, and I thought he hit the ball first, tipped it.
Yeah.
But maybe that doesn't matter either. So, anyways, either way, it's 42-33. 5:52 left here in the third quarter. Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. McCoy Smith going to step back 3 for him. Shot is up and good.
Well, they had plenty of time to get a play together, and that's the one they decided to draw up.
Yeah,
it worked.
So now a 12-point lead for Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. 5:32. Gavin Shumway crossover dribble there, had an opportunity, a three. He'll pass it up, set up a screen and roll between the Longwell brothers. Pass from McCoy to Cord. Cord loses the handle on the ball. Jet hustles it down. Ooh. He'll throw it. Oh, no.
How did that happen?
I know, tries to throw it off of Smith, and then it bounces perfectly back off of him, and Jet Longwell's out of bounds, and it hits him, so off of the Bobcats, and Lyman will have the ball. Looks like a couple substitutions. Timeout. Bobcats, 5:17 left here. We'll be right back after this.
Big thanks to our sponsor there. If you're listening on the radio, you did not see the great video we have for the Pepsi Admiral Beverage, our sponsor there, and they are the reason that we are able to have a Gatorade player of the game at the end of every game. So big thanks to Admiral Beverage. Now back to Kevin Gerber after a crazy out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, ball goes off of Smith's foot as Jet has a good hustle play, throws it off his foot, and as he lands out of bounds, the ball just comes right back to him. He catches it, and so Lyman will retain possession now. And a little bit full court pressure here from the Bobcats as the Lyman Eagles are able to get it across half court. Almost a travel there. Looked like he got pinned on his hip, but they're not going to call it. McCoy Smith with the ball. They're going to call an offensive foul on McCoy Smith as he was kind of falling down, and McCoy Longwell guarding him also kind of got tripped up and forearm pushed him down.
Yeah, he fully extended his arm. That's what led to the foul there.
Canyon Gerber set to check in for Bobcats in place of Del Dukes. 5:04 left here in the third quarter, 45-33. Bobcats trailing Lyman Eagles. And Cord Simmerall is going to bring it up the court here with Caleb Smith guarding him. He's going to try to drive it all the way in. Fadeaway jump shot, tough shot there. Braden Bradshaw is going to get the rebound. He's going to bring it up, pass it over to Carter Bradshaw. Pass it into Caleb Smith, nobody guarding him. Shot is up, no good, but he gets his own rebound and makes the second shot here. So another shot for Caleb Smith. Kind of Lyman opening it up now with 14-point lead, 47-33 over the top. Bad pass there from Gavin Shumway trying to pass to Canyon Gerber. Shot is up and good for Cope Thomas. And now 4:24, 16-point lead for Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. McCoy Longwell with it. Canyon Gerber with the cut there. Cord Simmerall coming off the screen as well. McCoy, double dribble for McCoy as he was getting ready to try to pass it. Didn't get a good handle on it, and as he tried to throw it, had to dribble it one more time as well.
That's 3 straight turnovers for Thermopolis. No points on any of those possessions for Thermopolis, but instead 6 points the other way for Lyman.
And almost halfway through the quarter here, and Bobcats only with 2 points in the quarter. So not a good quarter so far for the Bobcats. Shot is up, no good. No good by Cope Thomas, but a rebound there by Brigham Fanos, and shot is up and good for him.
And you mentioned it, there's always one quarter that Thermopolis doesn't show up, and right now it's this one.
Right, and Lyman kind of came out with a little bit more energy than Bobcats. Screen and roll there. Cord Simmerall throws up kind of a forced shot, and Bradshaw will come down with the rebound. He's going to pass it over to Fanos. Again, Lyman showing a little bit more energy out on the court right now, and then a double dribble, and Cope Thomas doing almost the exact same thing we saw on the other end of the court. 3:34 left here in the third quarter, 51-33. Bobcats trailing the Lyman Eagles. As for the first time, 21, Remy Brewer will check in for Braden Bradshaw. Gavin Shumway looking to get the ball in. He'll pass it up the court to half court to Jet Longwell. Jet Longwell going to drive it in here against Remy. Good head fake there. Shot is up, no good. Rebound by Hadley Johnson, who just checked in the game, unable to finish on that shot. Ball goes off of the Lyman Eagles, out of bounds. So Bobcats will have possession underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, you talked about hustle. They're coming out with a lot more energy and stuff, but right now, Thermopolis just not finding their shots.
Right. Gavin Shumway with the three on the out-of-bounds play, rolls around, no good. Caleb Smith will come down with the rebound. Fanos here with the ball, pass it up the sideline to Cope Thomas. Cope Thomas has it here, looking for a screen from Smith. He's going to pass on the screen, gets it to Caleb Smith, who's not afraid to shoot from there, but he's going to pass up on it. get it to Fanos. Remy with the ball. He's going to pass it back up to Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith drives in hard, left-handed, and Jet Longwell knocks the ball away. Looks like they called it off of him. He was hoping that it looked like it went off of the knee of Caleb Smith. And checking into the game, Coleman Schultz for the Lyman Eagles.
Big size advantage for Lyman right now. They have 3 players taller than everyone else on the court.
Right. Shot is up and good for Coke Thomas. So Coke Thomas coming in off the bench with 11 points, shooting the ball really well. Gavin Shumway with the ball over to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson's going to use the screen from Cord, pass it back out to Jet. Would like to see Jet at least look at the hoop there, think about a 3. He can shoot it from there. Gavin Shumway with the ball. Now passes into Jet, posted up. Jet's going to shoot, and good little baby hook there. Looks like he's going to get fouled by Remy Brewer.
Yeah, these are the moments that Braden Bradshaw's not on the court. These are when you're supposed to take advantage of that power underneath that he is leaving on the court. But right now, Lyman doing a good job of keeping that energy underneath that basket with those 3 players that are all super tall.
Right, and Ellis Weber, Del Dukes checking in for the Bobcats. 2:25 left in the third quarter, trailing by 21 points. The Lyman Eagles 54-33.
They're talking and laughing about something, the refs are.
Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to decide who was shooting the ball or what. So Jet Longwell with the opportunity for 2 free throws here as he was fouled by Remy Brewer. First one is up and no good. These are the first free throws for the Bobcats in the second half.
That's the first one they missed, I believe, right?
First one they've missed as well. And being outscored 15-2 in the quarter right now. Second one is up and no good also. So Bobcats have left a number of opportunities to score in this quarter out on the court. A little 3-quarter court pressure from the Bobcats. Ellis Weber guarding Fanos right now. Looks like they're going to run a little bit of a... Looks like a foul's going to get called on Del Dukes here. Oh.
No, it's going to be on number 2.
McCoy is in. I didn't see McCoy in, and so that'll be his 3rd foul, just the team's 2nd. And looks like Del Dukes kind of took a knee to the thigh, so he's going to come out. Cord Simmerall's going to check in for him. Looks like Bobcats are going to come out in a 1-3-1 defense here, try to get a possession. Smith with the ball. Pass it back to Fanos. Looks like they're going to set a trap. Good steal there by Jet. Jet tries to throw it up. He's going to let the ball go. Oh, good save by McCoy. And McCoy saves it off of Fanos' foot. So big brother trying to show little brother how to save it off the correct way off somebody's foot.
Fanos didn't even feel him coming up behind him. He was letting it go out of bounds.
Right. Gavin Shumway taking the ball out. Good pass into Jet. Jet's going to go in. Little baby hook. Shot is up. No good. And rebound comes down to Coke Thomas. Fanos has the ball back over to Thomas. Passes over to Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith cross court here to Fanos. And it looks like Bobcats are just trying to set a lot of traps if they can just to get some steals here. And Fanos with it back up the top. They've had an opportunity, but they just held on to it. Coke Thomas knocks down another 3. And that's 8 points for him in the quarter with 14 in the game. 57 now, 33 with a minute half left in the third quarter. Bobcats trailing by 24, so not a good quarter for the Bobcats in this one. Cord Simmerall is going to catch it up the top of the key, and he's going to get a friendly roll as he hits the front of the rim, and it rolls over the top. So 12 points for him in the game, just 5 points for the Bobcats in this quarter, being outscored by quite a bit from the Lyman Eagles. Fanos looking for a screen from Schultz. Gets it. Remy will get it. He'll pass it over to Thomas. Thomas looking for it. He's feeling it. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. And Fanos looks like as he drives it in, he loses control. Coach thinking that maybe Bobcats touched it, but no one saw any touch there. And so Bobcats will get possession. They'll have to go up the length of the court here, try to score under a minute left.
You can tell they're tired.
30. Yeah, that turnaround there by Gavin Shumway took 2.5 seconds. So Ellis Weber with the ball here, looking for a screen from Jet. He'll pass it over to Cord. Oh, faked a handoff to Gavin. Cord's going to force up a shot there, gets blocked by Caleb Smith. And then Coleman Schultz gets it, and as he was trying to pass it out, he Lyman crowd looking for a push in the back, but I think he just kind of stumbled on his own feet. Got a travel call, so Bobcats will get it on the far side. Sideline out of bounds. Ellis Weber pass it up to Gavin. Gavin has numbers now. He's going to fake a pass and give it up to Caleb. And Remy Brewer goes in, gets a Good box out there by Ellis Weber. And Ellis Weber, definitely not the largest guy out on the court, but boxes out Caleb Smith.
And that's an over the back.
Yeah, Coleman Schultz, I guess, will pick up the foul, and a good box out there by Ellis Weber. Kaden Gerber now going to come in for Ellis. 26 seconds left in the quarter. 57-36 Lyman over the top of Bobcats. Bobcats do them some good. Clock's not running, so that's going to help the Bobcats out a little bit here too.
Great passing.
Kenyon Gerber gets it, passes up the three, gets it over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin knocks down a shot. So kind of results there of taking what could have been a good shot by Kenyon, and he passed it up and got it one. So we have a timeout here, and we'll keep going here as well. 15.7 seconds left in the third quarter. Bobcats knocking that three down. 57-39. Not a great quarter for them. It's just 8 points in the quarter for them. So they're now at the score that Lyman was at halftime. Lyman scoring 18 in the quarter over the Bobcats. So 18-8, not a great quarter, but Bobcats looking to do some more scoring.
It was a good ending there. That was really kind of all that mattered. And we still have 15 seconds left in this third quarter. They could keep this deficit within 20, and that would kind of be the best possible thing they can do. Nothing's impossible, but right now I haven't seen Lyman play their best player for at least half this quarter.
Right.
And they've been, Thermopolis has been able to put some stuff together. That passing on that last play, if they could reciprocate that every single time, that's going to lead to points.
Yep, I agree. So they're going to put a little bit of pressure here at the end of the quarter. Will Cole checking into the game for the first time. They're going to pass the ball around. Looks like they get it to Cope Thomas, who's been feeling it in this quarter. Gavin's going to get the rebound. 5 seconds left. Going to have to hustle up the court. He's going to drive it in, step back, kick it out to McCoy Longwell, and they're not going to get a shot off at the quarter, unfortunately. So Bobcats here at the end of the third quarter trailing the Lyman Eagles 39-57, and we'll be right back for the fourth quarter.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
All right, and we're back here for Bobcat basketball. Plays underway here just a few seconds into the fourth quarter. Bobcats trailing 57-39. Not a good third quarter for the Bobcats as they got outscored 18-8 in that quarter. But now they're going to have to get some points up and start off. Their first possession is a turnover. Gets it into Carter Bradshaw's hands. McCoy Smith with it. No one guarding him. And shot is up and good. So not what the Bobcats want. For their first possession is a turnover, and Lyman's first possession ends up in 3 points. Ellis Weber bringing it up the far side. He's going to pass it to Gavin Shumway at the top of the key. Back to Ellis Weber. Bobcats going to need a number of scoring plays here and going to have to get some stops on the defensive end to try to get back into this one. Gavin Shumway going to drive it in. Looks like scores it, but it looks like they're going to get a foul on the floor before that.
That might have been a late call, that guy that hit the ground. Okay, it wasn't on that. Number 15, though.
Yeah, so Kais Herdsman.
Yeah, he got the foul. Someone hit the floor, and he did a little bit of acting. I thought that was the foul they called.
Inbounds pass. Cord Simmer will pass out to McCoy way off as he shoots it over the rim off the backboard. Rebound comes down to Herdsman, and now McCoy Smith going to bring it up for Lyman Eagles. Up by 21 over the Bobcats. 6:56 left here in the first quarter. Braden Bradshaw back in the game as well. Pass over to Carter Bradshaw. Carter will pass it over to Herdsman. Herdsman's going to get him reset up in the offense. Back over to Carter Bradshaw. Carter looking for Gage to be cutting. And then he's going to get it back out to Herdsman. Going to pass it into Bradshaw. Nobody around but Braden Bradshaw as he goes up and good for 2 for him. So Bobcats now in this quarter alone down 5-0. Gavin Shumway going to bring it up. He's going to step back 3 for him. Shot is up and good. So Gavin Shumway keeping the scoring alive for the Bobcats here. 20 points for him in the quarter to lead all scorers in the game. But again, still just the 4 scorers for the Bobcats. Herdsman with it. No one going to step up on him. He's going to step back, shoot the 3. Shot is up. No good. Rebound by Jet Longwell. And then looks like Carter Bradshaw comes in and as Jet gets a rebound. And that's, go ahead.
He got a shoulder to the face, and then they called the foul on him. That's got to be a little disrespectful.
Yeah. Kind of a double foul there. Caden Gerber set check in for Ellis Weber, so doing a little offensive, defensive play here. So Gavin Shumway going to pass it over to Gerber. Gerber going to get it back to Shumway, and they're going to bring it up as Herdsman guarding Shumway. Pass over to McCoy, looking for a screen and roll opportunity here between the Longwells. Cord gets it. Going to hand off to Gavin. Gavin going to pass on it, kick it over to Gerber. Gerber with the 3. Shot is up and good.
Back-to-back
Gerber
threes.
with 3s again. So doing a great job there, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout again. Not one of my favorite timeout calls right after a made basket, but
you got the momentum and you're going to call a timeout. That doesn't make any sense to me either.
No, so a 17-point deficit for the Bobcats here, 62-45 left in the game. So 17-point lead for the Lyman Eagles. 5:47 left here in the fourth quarter. So a good little run here by the Bobcats as they've knocked down a couple threes. But again, defensively, they're just going to have to work at getting a stop. And again, hopefully this doesn't kill the momentum after a couple made threes as well. As far as foul counts go, 5 fouls on the Lyman Eagles, only 2 on the Bobcats in this one. Again, no one really in any foul trouble. McCoy Longwell with 3 fouls, and for the Lyman Eagles, McCoy Smith has 3 of his own.
Is Lyman the only team to bring a cheerleading squad? Obviously, they're about 5 miles away, but I haven't seen cheerleaders from any other school here today.
No, I imagine Mountain View would have some if they have theirs, and I'm not sure Pinedale. Pinedale's not too far of a drive. They're about the only other team on this side of South Pass.
But Lander has a dance crew. I didn't see them bring them.
Didn't bring them, yeah.
And I would imagine that I don't think Thermopolis has anything.
No, Bobcats didn't bring theirs either. So Herdsman with the ball here as we come in after the timeout. 6:42 left in the quarter here. Carter Bradshaw with the ball. Looks like they're going to run some trap defense. Good steal there by McCoy. He's going to pass it up to Cord. So good trap there by Del Dukes, and McCoy coming from behind and stealing it away. So there's a good stop for him, and then Cord, oh gosh, Cord lucky to not get an offensive foul called on him there, because he kind of went Superman there with a flying elbow and
went horizontal.
Yeah, caught Herdsman, I think, in the jaw, but they didn't, no foul called, just out of bounds off of Cord. 5:26 left in the fourth quarter, 62-45, Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. Carter with it. He's going to get it to Smith. Smith's going to drive it up on Ellis Weber. Ellis playing good defense there on the sideline. He'll get it up to Herdsman. Herdsman now looking to, good steal there by Del Dukes as Del comes down, gets it into Ellis Weber. Ellis Weber, good fake there, and then looks like Gage Nielsen comes from behind, steals it from Ellis. He was kind of out of control, and now Braden Bradshaw will have it. He'll pass over the top to McCoy Smith. McCoy will pass it now to Herdsman. Herdsman's going to get it in the corner. Looks to try to pass over the top of Bradshaw. Bradshaw does get it. Shot is up and no good, and then looks like they're going to call a foul there on Del Dukes again. That'll be his third. Team's third as well. Braden Bradshaw now to the line. Shoot free throws. First one is up and is no good, and actually gets stuck in between the rim and backboard. I haven't seen that on a free throw very often, especially
never.
Especially after it hits the rim first. So both Zach Hasty and Gavin Shumway checked back into the game for the Bobcats. So Bradshaw missing his first free throw. Up to this point he was 5 of 5. Now he's 5 of 6. There's 13 points in the game. So again, didn't score in the third quarter, but also wasn't really needed in the third quarter too much, so he didn't play a whole lot. 4:54 left here in this fourth quarter. Number of substitutions for both teams. Second free throw is up and is good. And Del Dukes will take the ball out for the Bobcats, get it into Zach Hasty. Zach Hasty going to bring the ball up mid-court. Has McCoy Smith on him, and then they're going to come and try to set a screen. Del Dukes will pass out to Cord Simmerall. Cord way too strong on that. And then Del Dukes going to pick up his 4th foul as he's just trying to go after the ball. Always hustles, but kind of came from behind and grabbed him around the back. So that'll be his 4th foul.
Yeah, there's a lot of miracles that can happen here, but down 18 with just over half the quarter left, there's got to be something that happens on defense to get a win.
Right, and they're going to have to score in bunches too, and make everything of every possession that they get. And there's one opportunity as Fanos and Smith playing catch back and forth, and Fanos throws a ball out of bounds there. So Canyon Gerber set to check in. Looks like Lyman Eagles are going to take a full timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be right back after this.
Living well isn't just about things, it's about things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our community. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home. Living well isn't just about things, it's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Welcome back to Mountain View. Lyman up 18 on the Thermopolis Bobcats. 4:28 to go, but just over halfway left in this 4th quarter. Thermopolis needs to, like Kevin said here, score in bunches and make sure every opportunity is taken.
Yeah, and then, 4.5 minutes left. They're going to score in bunches, get a lot of steals, take some chances here to just try to get the ball. Gerber with the ball now gets a screen from Cord. He passed over to Gavin, almost gets stolen away. Zach Casey with opportunity to shoot from the corner. Shot is up, no good. Cord gets an offensive board. Shot is up, no good. As he fades away, would have liked to see him follow his shot there. Gets to Carter Bradshaw. Carter's going to pass it up. Braden Bradshaw with a dunk. As he goes up high and dunks it down, and that got the Lyman crowd on their feet, and two-hand dunk for Braden Bradshaw. So Canyon Gerber with it here. Top of the keys and pass it over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin to McCoy. A 20-point lead for the Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. 3:45 left. McCoy with a good drive in there, and McCoy Longwell up and good for 2 points for him. And now Braden Bradshaw with it. He'll pass up to half court, and really the press not doing much of causing any turnovers here for the Bobcats, as they're going to have to take some chances. And Canyon Gerber now on Smith. Pass over to Carter. And again, like I said, they're going to have to take chances defensively to try to get in this one. And they have to kind of make a decision on if they're just going to let this one go or if they're, going to come up and try to make a run at it. McCoy Smith's going to drive in. Shot is up and good for McCoy Smith. So didn't score a lot only had 2 in the first quarter, but has preceded that with scoring 13 total for the Lyman Eagles. Pass over to Gerber again. Gerber's going to pass it up to McCoy. McCoy going to pass over to Hasty and give and go there. McCoy goes up for the shot, up, no good. Lyman comes down with it. McCoy's slow to get up off the ground, and McCoy Smith going to bring it up. Longwell walking up the court. Bradshaw, easy bucket for him as he gets the ball, and bucket is up and good. Gavin Shumway into Gerber, bringing it up the court here.
There's just not a lot of energy left in this Thermopolis team. Longwell wasn't hurt. He just didn't want to get up and run.
Yeah, and he even called for a sub after he got up off the ground. Passed down from Cord to Gavin. Gavin over to Zach. Zach going to drive in. Oh, unfortunately, lost it. Got into about 3 different players there. Going to pass the ball up, and now a trap here by Gerber and Shumway on Carter Bradshaw. They're going to pass it over to Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith cross court to Fanos. I didn't know if he was shooting it or what. Almost a steal there by Gerber as he tries to pass it in to Bradshaw. And looks like Lyman's going to call a timeout as well. Looks like he's going to get some different subs into the game here. Just under 2 minutes left. up 22, 69-47. Lyman Eagles over the top of the Bobcats. So looks like Coach Hill's going to do a number of substitutions here. And as we look forward to, Sean, you have a game that you're going to be calling here later as well, right?
Yeah, Lander boys taking on Lovell at 8:30, and Ernie and I are going to have a special moment of silence for the Lovell broadcaster and sports writer that passed away this last week on his way back from state wrestling. Very sad, because I had only just met him in Lovell a couple weeks ago, and he was a great guy. We shared our information, and I was looking forward to talking to him today, and it's heartbreaking what happened there. But before that, we have a game with you. Thermopolis girls play at 4 against, I sent you the...
Yeah, we'll be playing the Pinedale
there you go,
Wranglers,
yeah.
Yep.
Pinedale Lady Wranglers versus the Thermopolis Lady Bobcats, and that'll be a fun game. Pinedale does really good at rebounding. Thermopolis, I've only seen the girls play one time in person, so I'm excited to see what they look like after a full season.
Right, yeah, and it'll be interesting to see as the shot is up and is good for Remy Brewer as he just checked into the game. He gets a lob in from the sideline, but yeah, Bobcats really looking to, Lady Cats looking to come in and maybe do something they haven't done in a while and win a regional game and kind of shock some people here. So Lyman Eagles going to get a fast break opportunity, and Remy Brewer is going to get another shot up and good for Lyman Eagles. Minute 28 left here. Bobcats trailing 125. Zach Hasty shot is up, no good. Ball comes down to Coleman Schultz, and then they're going to call a foul on Zach Hasty. And then looking forward to it, so Lyman Eagles going to come away with the win here as they're up by 26, and they're going to be playing the winner of the Powell and Pinedale game tomorrow at 7 p.m. And the Bobcats, they will play at noon tomorrow, and they will play the loser of the game between Powell and Pinedale. So this next game will have some importance as well. Bobcats have played both of them, losing to Pinedale earlier in the game, or in the season at that St. Rollins tournament by about 20. And then have played Powell twice and have lost to both of them. So it's going to be a tough sledding for the Bobcats in both of the games.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was a really good game up to halftime. It was an 8-point lead for the Eagles over the Bobcats, and then unfortunately, I think the Bobcats just had that quarter that was just brutal, and they got outscored by 10 points in that quarter, and now the Bobcats just unable to really kind of get anything going. Their energy's really low, a lot of walking around, heads hanging down, and tough game for them here, under a minute left.
It was really similar to the Lander girls game that we played right before this game, and Lander had a pretty good first half, came out and scored 2 points in the third quarter, and after that, it was just all over but the crying. Nice layup there.
Yeah, Gerber drives in, gets fouled on the shot, and makes it as well. So now he's going to be able to argue with his mom that his glasses work better than his contacts. That's an argument at home often. Free throws up and is no good for Gerber. 8 points for Gerber in the game, though, so proud dad moment here for sure for some regional basketball for him.
You got to go to some free throw practices for him.
That's right. Shot is up and no good for Lyman as 24, Aiden Wyatt had checked in. Gerber with the ball again, up and under. He's going to go up. Shot is looked like almost got blocked, but then Coleman Schultz comes in and fouls. So Gerber with the opportunity to go to the free throw line again. So maybe put a couple more points up on the board. Bobcats with just 26 and a half seconds left in the game here, trailing 73-49. First free throw by Gerber is up and good.
And we were just talking about future games, so we've already got it decided. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on 93.1 KFCW, you can hear Ernie and I call Lander Valley Girls versus the Worland Lady Warriors as Canyon Gerber hit both of those free throws with 25 seconds to go.
Yeah, 73-51 now, so just some kind of pride moments here now as Herdsman brings it up for Lyman. They're still looking to score as well, because looks like they're going to try to just dribble this one out. Yep, 10 seconds left, 73-51. And I never mind when you have, bench players in and they look to score too, because it's exciting for them to get an opportunity. Ellis Weber now guarding Aiden Wyatt, and that will be the end of the game. So 73-51, Lyman Eagles win this game over the top of the Bobcats. And we're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll be back for the Click It or Ticket postgame show.
It's a calling. Taking care of others. It's who we are. It's what we do. And what we love. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been here. For the expected and the unexpected moments in life. As one of the region's largest employers, we're investing in our communities through donated services and charitable contributions. We're investing in our people, technologies, and facilities, so better care is more convenient and available to everyone, right here, close to you and the things that matter most. From maternity through maturity, from pediatrics to primary care, we're making a difference by improving life and health in our communities we love. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here. Living well.
All right, and we're back here for the Click It or Ticket postgame show for Bobcat basketball. Appreciate those of you listening on 101.7 as we've wrapped this game up at 3A Regionals in Mountain View as the Lyman Eagles take a victory over the top of the Bobcats as they win 73-51 over the top of the Bobcats here. And, Sean, as we look at this game, there was some bright spots in the first half. Second half, we talked about just getting outscored 34-20. The Lyman Eagles just came out really ready, made some adjustments at halftime, did a great job, and ended up coming out with the victory over this. It was going to be a tough game for the Bobcats anyways, but I really think, they came out, showed some pride, especially in that first half, played really well, and then unfortunately just not able to put the whole game together, had that tough third quarter, and just really struggled then to kind of stay into the game. But as we go forward, we'll keep one eye on the stats for the post-game stats by One Eye Buffalo, and appreciate all of our sponsors and One Eye Buffalo. I know you guys do a great job of listening to the games and putting them up as well for patrons that are there at your restaurant as well. So appreciate you taking time and sponsorship as well. And when I look at the stats here, a number of players for the Lyman Eagles, 9 in the scorebooks. McCoy Smith, one of their leading scorers, he scored 11 points. They had 3 in double digits. Cope Thomas coming off the bench with 14, and then also Braden Bradshaw scored 18 for him. Also, we have Brigham Fanos, who scored 7. Carter Bradshaw scored 6. Gage Nielsen scored 2. Caleb Smith scored 6. Remy Brewer with 4. And then Coleman Schultz with 5. So again, a number of bench players coming in, scoring as well, doing a great job with that too. And then as far as the Bobcats go, again, 4 in the scorebooks for the Bobcats. And McCoy Longwell scored 9. Good game for him. Cord Simmerall scored 12. And then our player of the game is Gatorade player of the game is Gavin Shumway, who scored 20. Had a great game, really good first half, scored 14 of his 20 in the first half, then hit a 3 in each of the quarter as well. And then also coming in off the bench, Canyon Gerber did really well, ended up scoring 10 in the game, hit a couple threes, and then hit a few free throws, went 2 of 3 from the free throw line as well. And so again, want to thank those boys for playing so hard. Also the sponsorship from Pepsi as they present our Gatorade player of the game, which is Cord Simmerall, and that as well. And as we look forward, the Bobcats now are going to be playing the loser of the game that's going to be played right here between the Pinedale Wranglers and the Powell Panthers. On paper, it shows Powell with a little bit better record over the top of Pinedale, but in the regular season, I think they've split. I think they're 1-1. And so, really, again, it can be kind of anybody's game. Powell, I would say, probably carries the momentum right now. But, again, a good game here for them to play. And then we will be back here on 101.7 with Lady Bobcat basketball at 4 p.m. or right around there as the Lady Bobcats take on the Pinedale Lady Wranglers. And Sean, just want to again thank you for taking some time with us and running our scoreboard and our ads and everything as well. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. This is fun for me too. And we have such large times between our games. The Lander girls played at 9 a.m. Lander boys played at 8:30. And as soon as I saw Thermopolis playing in between, I just said, let's just go do it. Be easier. It'll be more fun. Wish Thermopolis could have came away with the win, but they'll get a chance tomorrow. against the loser of this team. And you're right, Powell and Pinedale, 2 even teams. Powell's got a couple good shooters on their team. I've only seen Pinedale once, but Powell's got a lot of shooting power.
Yeah, they really do, and I would say Pinedale probably has a size advantage a little bit over the top of Powell, but Powell's not afraid to run the ball either.
No, they're not.
And they put a lot of pressure on too. So again, we'll be back at 4 at 101.7 for Lady Bobcat basketball, and then tomorrow at noon we'll have the boys team versus the loser between Pinedale and Powell. Appreciate you spending some time with us on 101.7, and we'll see you at 4. Have a great afternoon.